watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Vietnam is the latest country to launch cross-border QR payments with Cambodia, following Thailand and Laos. The new policy enables people of both countries to make safe, secure, convenient, and affordable cross-border payments. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
National Bank of Cambodia Governor Chea Saray and State Bank of Vietnam's Governor Nguyen Thi Hong presented over the launching held in Siem Reap province on Sunday. According to the statement from the NBC, the program will also promote the usage of local currencies. The launch of the cross-the-border QR payment system between Cambodia and Vietnam is expected to benefit Cambodians and Vietnamese citizens, especially tourists and merchants. The Cambodian Central Bank said, under the project, Cambodian travellers will be able to make payments from the Vietnam in real via the Viet QR code, while Vietnamese customers can make payments in Cambodia in the Vietnamese dong via the KHQR code. The KHQR code is a universal quick response QR code system created for the retail payments in Cambodia and only requires a single scan to receive payment from any mobile app. NBC launched the KHQR code payment service in 2022 to promote mobile retail payments in their country. It is part of the wider effort to expand the formal economic to more Cambodians. Cambodia is currently working on deals with China to facilitate cross-border payments as well as the Cambodian economy grows internationally. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Cambodia-Vietnam-Lao Parliamentary Summit is being held in Laos this week, where parliamentary leaders meet for the first time this year to promote the development triangle that the three countries have established. Cambodian National Assembly President Khon Suthari met with her Laotian counterpart on Monday morning. She said that the development triangle establishes the three countries as economic, tourism, and digital hubs, serving the interests of the countries and their people. The official opening of the summit was held today in the Lao capital of Vientiane. The development triangle consists of 13 border provinces, 5 in Vietnam, 4 in Laos, and 4 in Cambodia, namely Ratanakiri, Mondulkiri, Kratie, and Stung Treng. The triangle's goal is to create an area of peace, cooperation, and sustainable development in the name of progress. The development triangle is a region with great potential for natural resources and biodiversity. The summit hopes to enhance parliamentary mechanisms to further develop the area, including mobilizing financial resources to build and develop the region as an economic, trade, tourism, and technology hub. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The government plans to end the cash program that helped poor and vulnerable families during the COVID-19 crisis and will be replacing it with a new program. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Minister of Social Affairs, Chea Somity, confirmed the end of COVID-19 assistance during the official launch of the 2 national social assistance programs this morning at the Soccer Hotel in Phnom Penh. The minister stated that the cash aid program for families affected by COVID-19 will be phased out over the next month and that the subsidy rate will be reduced before implementing the new social aid program and family packages starting in April 2024.
កម្មវិធីឧបត្ថម្ភសាច់ប្រាក់ជូនគ្រួសារក្រីក្រនិងងាយរងគ្រោះក្នុងអំឡុងពេលប្រយុទ្ធនឹងជំងឺ COVID-19 គឺកម្មវិធីជំនួយសង្គមពិសេសដែលត្រូវបានដាក់ឲ្យអនុវត្តក្នុងគោលបំណងជួយរក្សាលំនឹងជីវភាពគ្រួសារនិងងាយរងគ្រោះសម្រាប់ពេលមួយគ្រានៃវិបត្តិជំงื COVID-19 ប៉ុណ្ណោះ
The COVID-19 cash assistance program launched in June 2020 and provided nearly $1.2 billion is about 700,000 families. Prime Minister Hun Manet said the COVID-19 crisis is over, but the government will continue to address the needs of the people. As from 30th of November, Cambodia has identified nearly 139,000 cases of COVID-19 and 3,056 deaths. Meanwhile, over 95% of the population of the 16 million has been vaccinated against the pandemic. Former Prime Minister Hun Sen counts this one of these greatest achievements. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. According to a report from the Ministry of Agriculture, Cambodia exported more than 7.3 million tons of agricultural products to 75 markets in the first 11 months of 2023. The country brought in nearly $4 billion in exports, a decrease of 4.6% when compared to the same period in 2022. Among the largest agricultural exports were more than 2 million tons of unmilled rice, up 28.7%, followed by more than 1.4 million of fresh cassava, up 10.8%, according to the ministry. The kingdom also exported more than 1 million tons of dried cassava slices and nearly 600,000 tons of milled rice, up 6.5%. More than 400,000 tons of cashew nuts were exported, down 10.1%. The ministry gave several reasons for the decline, including the conflict between Israel and Hamas, which has affected global trade flows and increased interest rates, the tense Chinese real estate market, and the Russia war in Ukraine, which has greatly affected global economic growth, especially in countries that rely mainly on exports, such as Cambodia. The price of rice in Cambodia is still high, leading to a large number of mills buying less rice and refusing to keep large stocks of it. The ministry said that exports of rice without phytosanitary certificates to Vietnam are still soaring. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Cambodia and China agreed to strengthen cooperation on human resource training and demining during a meeting today between Prime Minister Hun Manet and Chinese General Hai Weidong of the People's Liberation Army of China. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
During the meeting, General Hai Weidong reaffirmed the strong historical ties between Cambodia and China and their commitment to make their Diamond Corporation a reality, which focuses on building strong bonds in politics, agriculture, energy, and security, among other areas. He also expressed confidence in the optimism that Cambodia and China will stand shoulder to shoulder to achieve a common destiny under the leadership of the new Prime Minister. Prime Minister Hun Manet met with the Chinese President and the Prime Minister within his first 2 months in office to signal his commitment to the two countries' cooperation in their 65th anniversary of diplomatic relations. He said that their bond was only strengthened and expanded since the leadership of the late King Norodom Sihanouk and his father, former Prime Minister Hun Sen. Prime Minister also recalled his time as the commander of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, which he stepped away from to become the Prime Minister in August. He said that under his command, he paved the way for the two countries' armed forces to build relations and a unit-to-unit, while China providing training to improve Cambodia's military. In the end, Prime Minister Hun Manet and General Hai Weidong jointly supported their countries' agreements to further train human resources and work to demine Cambodia, which is still estimated to be plagued with millions of unexploded war remnants. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Watching EAC News, thank you for joining us. Second Vice Chairman of China's Central Military Commission, General Hai Weidong, met with former Prime Minister Hun Sen today to emphasize his support for the decades-long rule of the Cambodian People's Party. He expressed his hope and belief that the CPP will foster even further growth and support from the people. Before meeting with Prime Minister Hun Manet, the Chinese general met with the former Prime Minister, who is also CPP President and President of the King's Supreme Council. The general praised Hun Sen as a leader who allowed Cambodia to progress by maintaining stability, security, social order, and improving people's daily lives. He expressed support for the new Prime Minister, Hun Manet, and stressed that China supports the long-term rule of the Cambodian People's Party, and strongly hopes that under CPP leadership, the new Prime Minister will make Cambodia more prosperous and garner the support of the Cambodian people throughout the country. As CPP President, Hun Sen reaffirmed his party's unwavering support for the One China policy and China's role on the international stage, which he said benefits the region and the world. He said that China's development produces a ripple effect that strengthens other countries. He also stressed that Cambodia and China must continue to strengthen and expand their diamond cooperation and promote technology and agricultural corridors to jointly build a common destiny of Cambodia and China with high-quality standards. He said that he hopes to visit and meet with President Xi Jinping in the near future. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The president of Cambodia's National Assembly, Khuon Sotari, left for Vietnam yesterday on her first official foreign visit after taking office in August. Upon arriving in Hanoi, she was greeted at her hotel by Nguyen Duc Hai, vice president of Vietnam's National Assembly and chairman of the Vietnam-Cambodia National Assembly Friendship Group. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Nguyen Duc Hai said that the visit will contribute to the strengthening and deepening of the friendship and cooperation between the two countries, both in the legislative and the executive branches. He urged Khuon Sotari to continue to build relations between the two parliaments with more exchange visits for officials, more interaction between young members of parliament, and more active participation in the Vietnam-Cambodia Friendship Group. Khuon Sotari supported his ideas and praised Vietnam's rapid progress under the leadership of the party and the state. The National Assembly President reminded the Vietnamese MPs of the good relations between Cambodia and Vietnam established by the late King Norodom Sihanouk and the President Ho Chi Minh under the difficult circumstances in the 1950s. She noted that the leaders stood shoulder to shoulder to end the war, unite their countries, and gain independence. She emphasised the importance of mutual trust and understanding, which has enabled long-standing good relations and brought benefits to the peace and development of both countries. The President will be in Vietnam until December 2nd, where she will depart with a high-level delegation to Laos to meet with key leaders and attend the Cambodian-Laos-Vietnam Parliamentary Summit from December 4th to the 7th. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. In its mission to make Cambodia a high-income country by 2050, the government is as invested in development as ever. Its new Pentagon strategy provides a roadmap for the direction the country will take under Prime Minister Hun Manet. Today, the Prime Minister met with his Council of Ministers to discuss the roles health and education will play in Cambodia's development. Speaking to his council, Prime Minister Hun Manet highlighted that people are an important economic and social asset that cannot be overlooked. He said that his administration will prioritize their health and education as a way to build human capital for a robust economy. For this reason, the government has identified education and health as priority areas to address the challenges that have hindered Cambodia in the past. He hopes that creating a healthy, well-educated, and moral public will help fulfill the kingdom's vision of becoming a high-income country by 2050. Education Minister Hangtuan Naron and Health Minister Chien Ra also contributed to the discussion. The government aims to upgrade the current low-middle-income country to a high-middle-income country by 2030 and become a high-income country by 2050. To this end, the government has identified a number of key policy areas, including human resource development, health, agriculture, and social affairs. Cambodia is currently a low-middle-income country, which, according to the World Bank, means that the average annual income of a person is between $1,036 and $4,045. By 2030, Cambodia aims to bring the average income to between $4,000 and $12,500 per year. If it achieves its vision, the average income will be about $12,500 a year or more by 2050. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. U.S. Ambassador W. Patrick Murphy and Minister of Culture and Fine Arts, Boong Sakuna, presided over a signing ceremony today to grant another $450,000 towards preserving the 10th century Phnom Bakhang Temple in the Angkor Archaeological Park. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
Since 2004, the U.S. Department of State Ambassadors Fund for Cultural Preservation, or AFCP, has provided 8 grants totaling $4 million to the World Monuments Fund for the ongoing restoration and conservation of Phnom Bakhang. Ambassador Murphy noted that this was the largest AFCP grant awarded in the East Asia Pacific region this year. He emphasised that Phnom Bakhang Temple is a cultural treasure and also a top designation in Cambodia to experience awe-inspiring Angkor sunsets. Over the past 20 years, the United States has supported a wide range of projects in Phnom Bakhang Temple. including foundation repairs, stone conservation, waterproofing system installation, and the assemblies of the walls and terraces. The last grant will continue these efforts, and like previous grants in this series, it would also enable the WMF to train and employ local Cambodians to take part in this and other culture heritage restoration effects. The AFCP was established to help preserve significant culture heritage sites around the world. Their grants have provided $6 million to Cambodia since 2001 to help the kingdom preserve its ancient culture heritage, including the UNESCO World Heritage Site at Previer Temple, among other important locations. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. As schools across the country began the 2023 through 24 school year today, Prime Minister Hun Manet announced the launch of a Clean School campaign and the inclusion of morality and ethics as part of the curriculum. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
The Clean School competition is part of the Ministry of Education's larger effort to make schools a model of standards as the country deals with the waste management issues. In September, the Ministry of Environment debuted its No Plastics campaign, which aims to educate students and the public on overall effects of plastic waste. The Prime Minister said his administration's policies is aimed to make school a highly effective public service entity with good governance that is accountable for people and communities. The first phase of the government's Pentagon strategy focus on strengthening on quality of education, sports, science and technology, and improving the quality of education with a focus on K-12. The Prime Minister is also calling on moral education to be a core subject for exams. He said that students will be rated on a scale of 80% knowledge, 10% skills, and 10% on morality and ethics. Under the policy of partnership between the state and the community for education, the government wants to strengthen school governance, review and revise curricula and extracurricular activities, and improve students' health, knowledge, discipline, ethics, and attitudes. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Hun Manet gave a speech at the groundbreaking for the construction of a new dam in Koh Kong today. He used his time to discuss Cambodia's access to electricity, his feelings on being called a dictator, and harm reduction on the environment during Cambodia's rapid development. Plans for a hydropower project along the Mekong River have been discussed since 2007, but they have repeatedly been scrapped due to the potential effects such a project could have, especially on people's livelihoods and the endangered wildlife in the area. The Stung Treng stretch of the river is particularly precious, as it is home to the critically endangered Irrawaddy dolphin, which numbers under 100 individuals. The Prime Minister reassured the public that he will continue the policy of the previous administration by not building dams along the Mekong River. The government announced a 10-year ban on damming the Mekong's main stream in 2020. The Prime Minister also ordered the Ministry of Mines and Energy to suspend all projects for the construction of coal-fired power plants, in addition to shutting down existing coal-fired powered plants as soon as possible. He revealed that he had rejected plans to build a coal-fired power plant in Koh Kong province and had asked the company to build a natural gas power plant instead. He called the measures Cambodia's commitment to reducing global warming and climate change. The Prime Minister also echoed his father's platform of peace at any cost. However, he departed from his father's stance on the word dictator, which former Prime Minister Hun Sen vocally railed against whenever the word was used against him. Prime Minister Hun Manet said that he is willing to be painted as a dictator, if that's what it takes to protect the peace. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Hun Manet presided over the groundbreaking for construction on the Stung Tatai Dam in Koh Kong today, where he spoke about the nation's power needs and promised to protect the Mekong River in the process. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
During his speech, the Prime Minister said that he had ordered the Ministry of Mines and Energy to connect the entire country to an electric grid by 2030. He said that 98% of Cambodia is currently connected to the grid, while 2% of the rural population still does not have access to electricity. The Prime Minister reminded the crowd that in 1998, Cambodia could only supply 150 megawatts of electricity to the people, while now Cambodia has the capacity to supply more than 4,000 megawatts throughout the country. He also called the Electric Authority to facilitate payment services in addition to providing more favourable and reduced electricity prices to the citizens. He confirmed that the government has set aside a budget of $100 million to ensure the price of electricity does not increase. He noted that the price is going up at countries around the world, but the government is willing to spend money to keep the cost of electricity low for Cambodia. He claimed that the government's purpose is to help the people with their struggles and to maintain the balance of development and economic stability for the country. He also highlighted the government's decision to reduce electric prices for the agricultural sector of the last few months and said he plans to further reduce the rates for tourism sector. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Former Prime Minister Hun Sen took to Telegram to announce that he will be supporting an impoverished student with disabled parents who scored an A on his high school diploma exam. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
While a majority of 73% of students that passed the exam received a D or an E, Orn Ponet was one of the only 2% of students who managed to score an A on his difficult diploma exam this month. Ponet truly overcome the odds as he lives in a poverty in Kampot province with his disabled parents. As a reward for his hard work, the former Prime Minister said that he will pay off Ponet's family's debt and support them with 1 million reals per month, equivalent to about $244. He also promised to have a small house constructed for the family and pledged to provide a motorcycle so that Ponet can attend his studies at the university in Phnom Penh when he enrolls. Minister of Interior, Saw Saka, also donated 2 million reals to the exceptional student, along with an additional motorcycle that will help his siblings. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Cambodia is celebrating 7 years of its treasured Chapai Domvang on the UNESCO Intangible Culture Heritage List this week, since being inscribed at a conference in Ethiopia on November 30th, 2016. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Today, Prime Minister Hun Manet posted on his social media celebrating the recognition of the musical tradition as an inviolable treasure of Cambodia's cultural history. According to UNESCO, Champai Dongveng is a Cambodian musical traditionally closely associated with the life, customs and beliefs of the Cambodian people. It features a 2 or 4 string lute called the champai, according by the singing that often tells stories and poems. The styles can range from educational to social commentary and satire, which requires the musical to have the wit, improvisation and storytelling skills. The tradition was nearly erased by the Khmer Rouge, but a few masters of the art still remain. In 2021, Cambodian hip-hop star Vanda featured Champai master Kong Nay in his hit Time to Rise, with over 117 million views on YouTube alone. The song has brought Cambodia's cultural heritage across the globe to a new generation. Along with 3 temples inscribed as the heritage sites by UNESCO, Cambodia has 6 intangible culture items inscribed, including Khmer Shadow Theatre and the Royal Ballet. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. For the first time in 4 years, Phnom Penh put on a full celebration of the annual water festival, where dragon boats from each province race to gain glory for their hometowns. Prime Minister Hun Manet expressed his appreciation for the collaborative efforts that made the massive event possible. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Millions of people descended on the capital city for the 3-day celebration that included boat races, floating lanterns, and boats decorated with lights at night. People also made offerings to the moon for the change in weather and a plentiful harvest. Prime Minister Hun Manet praised the organisation committee of the Phnom Penh City Hall and all the relevant ministries and institutions for the cooperation in organising a smooth, safe and joyous water festival for the first time in 4 years. The Prime Minister and the First Lady were among many to celebrate the festivities, along with King Norodom Shamani, who presided over the opening and closing of the boat races. The Prime Minister commended the racing committee and the athletes involved in the boat race for working hard to produce a race that adhered to the spirit of solidarity and mutual respect and made the event an overall success. He also thanked the ministries, institutions, and private companies for participating in the huge event. While millions of people attended the large water festival celebration in Phnom Penh, celebrations attracted domestic and foreign tourists across the country, giving hope to the arrival of the Cambodian tourism. Government spokesperson Pen Bonner interpreted the festivities successful and a clear evidence that Prime Minister Hun Manet's leadership guarantees peace and social, political and economic stability established by his father, former Prime Minister Hun Sen. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the inclusion of Cambodia's Bokata martial arts style being inscribed on the UNESCO Intangible Heritage List for embodying the kingdom's social, cultural, and religious values. Its recognition as a vital part of Cambodian culture has led to a more prominent position in the minds of locals and the international community. Bokata is a traditional Khmer martial art that has been deeply rooted in Cambodian society for centuries and has survived to this day despite the odds. While the ancient style is depicted on the walls of Angkor temples, the Khmer Rouge era nearly erased the art's history. Luckily, a few brave Bokata masters were able to hold on to the style and pass it on to the next generation. Since being inscribed on the UNESCO list, Bokata has only gained in popularity, highlighted by the 2018 documentary Surviving Bokata, which saw its first national theater release this year. Cambodia has 6 pieces of intangible heritage on UNESCO's list, along with 3 physical sites including Angkor Wat, Preah Vihear, and Sambor Praikuk temples. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The National Bank of Cambodia signed memorandums of understanding with China's central bank to enhance confidence, security, efficiency, stability, and inclusion in the financial sector. On Tuesday, People's Bank of China Governor Pan Gongsheng and NBC Governor Chia Sarai presided over the ceremony in Beijing and signed 2 memorandums. The first MOU focuses on cooperation in financial innovation and payment systems to enhance the security and efficiency of cross-border payment transactions between Cambodia and China, and to promote innovation and the adoption of financial services technology. The second MOU aims to strengthen the capabilities of the Cambodian banking sector to better serve the increasing bilateral trade, investments, and financial flows between China and Cambodia. By innovating financial products and services offered by Cambodian banks to Chinese investors, the MOUs hope to enhance Cambodia's competitiveness and attractiveness as an investment destination. Kristen Winters, EAC News.
Tao lục nẹ chit rib api pipi miền tế, hai pi bạ rộp krom hôn thọt video sai tol đại miền phun lục hiệp miền tế. Ốc công vol, Ratika chỉ krom hôn tụt tu skol lục đạp on tra chiết. Lỡ sự va cam thọt sai tol krum Campuchia, tổng rật 4K đồng bông bằng ọc nấu Campuchia. Ratika pra pra upakor tụm nớp mạ là bay thì lia phun lục hiệp. ការផលិតតាមបច្ចេកវិទ្យាទាន់សម័យ Ratika នឹងជួយធ្វើឲ្យកម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកកាន់តែមានភាពអស្ចារ្យ លោកអ្នកនឹងបានឃើញរាល់សកម្មភាពក្នុងពិធីទៅលើកញ្ចក់ទូរទស្សន៍ទំហំធំកម្រិត 4K និងការបញ្ចាំងលើផ្ទាំងក្រណាត់សព្រមទាំង LED ដែលមានរូបភាពច្បាស់ត្រជាក់ភ្នែក សូមអញ្ជើញកក់ពីឥឡូវនេះតាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទ 012 823 848 017 838 889 និង 016 823 848 Ratika ទំនុកចិត្តការទទួលខុសត្រូវនិងគុណភាពខ្ពស់ Ratika Entertainment ក្រុមតន្ត្រីអាជីពកំសាន្តបែបស្រាលពីរោះមិនថ្លង់ភ្ញៀវរំភើបចិត្តពិធីរឹតតែអស្ចារ្យ Relax រាធិការ Entertainment ញ៉ាំងឲ្យកម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកកាន់តែមានភាពអធិកអធមរាធិការ Entertainment ក្រុមតន្ត្រីដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់ក្រុមគ្រួសារលោកអ្នកសូមអញ្ជើញកក់ពីឥឡូវនេះសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកតាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទ017 838 889 012 823 848 និង016 823 848
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. EAC News' passionate team of reporters, writers, cameramen, and video editors are hard at work around the clock, bringing you world-class reports on everything from local and regional news to the latest international stories and the most dramatic footage from around the world. It takes meetings, research, phone calls, and emails. And that's before we even get out of the newsroom and onto the set.
I'm Anthony Ellis, a news reporter for EAC News. Thanks for watching.
Cambodian tourists to China. I'm Kristen Winters. I'm a news reporter with EAC News. Thank you for watching.
I'm Darshana Gauchan, EAC News reporter. Thanks for watching us.
I'm Dekha Nim, Sales and Marketing Manager at EAC News. Thank you for joining us.
I am Honsare Ward, EAC News Channel Manager. Thank you for watching us.
EAC News, English language news show, Cambodia's most comprehensive. The Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel, shooting interviews into the field. And those pieces to camera. Join us and subscribe. We wouldn't want you to miss a thing. The Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
You're watching EAC News.
Thanks for joining us.
Nông ảo ca, ọp sa tô tị việt sự manu đọc thnu, nhằm bạc cả na nhằm sum krab thai bằng cung, group Prathera Notera group on, cheti group sakara, sum group bong pa on chun dum chiết, Campuchia nông ảo tây takal, ban chlong cắt nơi sinh krim silver chỉ tràn tô sập vọt, nâng robot palai pui sa đại nôngประวัติศาสตร์พิภพโลกผมทลอบดันเมียนนอกระยะเป็น25 ឆ្នាំចុងក្រោយនេះកម្ពុជាទទួលបានសុខសន្តិភាពពេញបរិបូរណ៍ឯកភាពជាតិឯកភាពទឹកដីទាំងស្រុងតាមរយៈនយោបាយឈ្នះឈ្នះរបស់សម្ដេចអគ្គមហាសេនាបតីដៃជោហ៊ុនសែនដែលក្នុងនោះរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជាបានសម្រេចនូវសមិទ្ធផលធំៗលើគ្រប់វិស័យទាំងនយោបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនិងសង្គមជាពិសេសការអនុវត្តលទ្ធិប្រជាធិបតេយ្យសេរីពូប៉ាសិទ្ធិមនុស្សនិងនីតិរដ្ឋសន្តិភាពគឺជាមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះនៃការអភិវឌ្ឍនិងជាកាតាលីករជំរុញការគោរព ការលើកកម្ពស់ការការពារសិទ្ធិមនុស្សនិងសេរីភាពជាមូលដ្ឋានការទទួលស្គាល់និងការគោរពសិទ្ធិមនុស្សត្រូវបានចែងច្បាស់នៅក្នុងជំពូកទី3ទាំងស្រុងនៃច្បាប់រដ្ឋធម្មនុញ្ញឆ្នាំ1993ហើយជាពិសេសមិនមានទោសប្រហារជីវិតឡើយរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលបានបង្ហាញឆន្ទៈខ្ពស់ក្នុងការការពារនិងលើកកម្ពស់សិទ្ធិមនុស្សទាំងក្នុងក្របខ័ណ្ឌជាតិតំបន់និងគ្រប់យន្តការសិទ្ធិមនុស្សរបស់អង្គការសហប្រជាជាតិកម្ពុជាឈានមុខគេដោយបានទទួលយកនៅអនុសញ្ញាកតិកាសញ្ញាអន្តរជាតិស្តីពីសិទ្ធិមនុស្សចំនួន8ក្នុងចំណោម9ដែលនឹងមានការអនុញ្ញាតផងដែរឲ្យមានការិយាល័យឧត្តមស្នងការអង្គការសហប្រជាជាតិទទួលបន្ទុកសិទ្ធិមនុស្សប្រចាំនៅកម្ពុជានិងមានវត្តមានអ្នករាយការណ៍ពិសេសទទួលបន្ទុកសិទ្ធិមនុស្សនៅកម្ពុជាក្នុងឆ្នាំ2023នេះគឺជាខួបលើកទី75នៃសេចក្តីប្រកាសជាសកលស្តីពីសិទ្ធិមនុស្សហើយកម្ពុជាបានចូលរួមជាមួយ OHCHR ដើម្បីប្រារព្ធការអបអរនៃព្រឹត្តិការណ៍គំនិតផ្ដួចផ្ដើមសិទ្ធិមនុស្ស75កម្ពុជាក៏នឹងចូលរួមដោយផ្ទាល់ក្នុងព្រឹត្តិការណ៍កម្រិតខ្ពស់នៃសិទ្ធិមនុស្ស75ដែលនឹងរៀបចំនៅទីក្រុងហ្សឺណែវប្រទេសស្វីសនៅថ្ងៃទី11 12ខែធ្នូឆ្នាំ2023ដោយនឹងថ្លែងអំពីការបដិញ្ញាចិត្តរបស់ខ្លួនក្នុងការពង្រឹងការគាំពារសង្គមដែលរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជាបានអនុវត្តនាពេលកន្លងមកហើយត្រូវបានដាក់បញ្ចូលក្នុងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្របញ្ចកោណដំណាក់កាលទី1របស់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលអាណត្តិទី7ក្រោមការដឹកនាំរបស់សម្ដេចមហាបវរធិបតីហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីនៃប្រជាជាតិកម្ពុជា